Hello, good evening, and welcome into Week 5 in the Gamebridge Super League. Tonight, from the home of the defending champions, Tampa Bay Sun, as they take on league leaders, Dallas Trinity. Alongside Jade Barquette, I'm Dre Cordero, thrilled to have you with us at Suncoast Credit Union Field, where Tampa Bay looks to kickstart a sputtering title defense in search of their first win in this early season. So Tampa Bay and Carolina, the champions and Players' Shield winners last season, respectively, remain the only sides still winless in this early campaign. In fact, Tampa Bay's only point came in that 2-all draw against Carolina, while Dallas, top of the table through 4, started hot with 3 straight wins before last week's defeat in Fort Lauderdale, as they sit 1 point clear at the top. And speaking of that loss, it ended a stretch of 3 straight wins.
Yeah, Dallas just got outplayed in Fort Lauderdale, who is flying right now. Coach Petruccelli is telling us that his team played sloppy, chaos and confusion in the box led to missed defensive cues. He said they got away from their possession style of soccer, giving the ball away too much, but he emphasized that they are not a team that looks back, needing his team to have better patience and more courage than their opportunities come.
Meanwhile, Dallas captain Amber Wisner, married this summer, now playing under a new name in what she's already announced will be her final season.
Yeah, Coach is telling us she's just a pro. She's so consistent in how she goes about her business. She's been a great role model and influence for the younger players. She was a captain at the Houston Dash, so comes to this Dallas Trinity team with so much experience under her belt. And like you said, her last year is going to be this season.
Well, for the home side, take a look here, the comparison between that last season and this for the defending champions. And the thing that jumps out at you, 9 goals allowed, well above their average a season ago.
Yeah, just breakdowns and unforced errors lead to goals against. But again, this Tampa team, it's early on in the season. They're dealing with some injuries. They're banged up all around. And we feel like we haven't seen Tampa in their truest form yet.
On the other side of the ball, the goal-scoring threat of Carly Gemona, leading the team with a couple of goals against Brooklyn and Jacksonville.
She's such a dynamic player. She can really play anywhere up top. She finds herself in very high positions up the field in the 18-yard box. She's the target on set pieces, and she's has great combination and chemistry with the other forwards to create those goal-scoring opportunities for her team.
Well, on paper, it is first against last in the Gamebridge Super League, but zoom out, it is also a rematch of last season's semifinal won by the Tampa Bay Sun just a little over 3 months ago. We'll step aside more on that and lineups on the other side.
Tampa General is the region's only academic health system, which means at TGH you have an expert team of doctors and physician scientists collaborating on your care, pioneering research in their fields, using the most advanced technology, and teaching the next generation. That's why patients at academic health systems have up to 20% greater survival rates. Tampa General. Other hospitals practice medicine. We define it.
Glenn couldn't have done it without me, and I couldn't have done it without him. He had his strengths, and I had my strengths, and that's how we succeeded.
There's a lot of care and time that goes into it, and a lot of work.
We were people lovers, and people seemed to like us too, so I think that was all part of our success.
It's definitely a work culture that we inherited that JB and Evelyn put into place, and it's our job just to make it better and keep it going and make it more successful.
Caitlin Clark, amazing at assists. Gamebridge, the ultimate assist for your savings. But ever since they teamed up, she's taken assisting to a whole new level. Caitlin Clark, graded assists. Gamebridge, graded assists for your savings.
Tampa General is the region's only academic health system, which means at THG, you have an expert team of doctors and scientists collaborating on your care, pioneering research in their fields, using the most advanced technology, and teaching the next generation. Tampa General, other hospitals practice medicine, we define it. Welcome back live coverage of the Tampa Bay Sun against Dallas Trinity, a rematch of last season's semifinal played here just over 100 days ago, Jade.
It seemed like it just happened yesterday. This was a comeback win for Tampa Bay. They really showed their grittiness in how they performed last year and just propelled them into that final where they eventually won.
Game in which they trailed early. 17 minutes in, it was Davison with the opener, but then a goal and an assist by Tosh Flint will be making her first start tonight. Here's a look at the 11 for Denise Schilte-Brown. 6 changes from last week's loss in Spokane, including the debut of Emery Wegener in goal and the season's first starts for Sienna Bryan, Sandrine Gaillard, Kenna Batia, and as mentioned, Tosh Flint up top. Over on the Dallas side for Chris Petruccelli, 2 changes from that 4-1 loss to Fort Lauderdale a week ago. Gracie Bryan gets her first start, so too does 17-year-old Academy player Celie Strong coming back into the lineup.
This Dallas team is a super athletic group of ladies. Strong not starting in their previous match, but gets the nod today. She's going to add that pace up top.
Well, you referenced the absences for Tampa Bay Sun. 9 players missing through injuries and suspensions. The latest, the inclusions of Viviane Bissett, who suffered a knee contusion a week ago, and Jilly Shimkin was sent off. They played most of that second half down a player. She misses out tonight through suspension.
Shows the depth of this Tampa team and really needing players to step up in different roles. You see Mackenzie Pluck in the back line for them as well, but it just shows the all-around diversity and reasons why Tampa Bay is the reigning champions.
Gloria Martinez Resendez is the head official with the cards and the whistle. All eyes on her. The ball rolls in Tampa, Florida. It is week 5 in the Gamebridge Super League. A rematch of the semifinal is Tampa Bay Sun currently holding up the table last in the standings, taking on Dallas Trinity, who started red hot with 3 straight wins before a defeat to Fort Lauderdale. Still, they topped the table by 1 point. It is Dallas Trinity moving from right to left on your screen. That ball won by Tosh Flint momentarily, and it's Tampa Bay with their first foray forward. Here's Nacello picking out the run of Batia, who runs out of the angle. And it'll be out for a Tampa Bay Sun throw.
You saw immediately the impact that Flint was given to this Tampa Bay team. She created that turnover and then ultimately almost got an opportunity at goal.
She was instrumental in that semifinal, scored from the penalty spot, added the assist on the game-winning goal. And as Tampa Bay won the inaugural Gamebridge Super League season 2-1 over Dallas Trinity in the semifinal. Riley Foster in goal for Dallas. In front of her, a back four of Guidry, Davidson, McCutcheon, and Hinson. The captain, Wisner, Gracie Bryan, and Batala. The 3 in the midfield, Strawn, Obugagu, and Ali Thornton lead the attack. Moved all the way back to Foster. Guidry to play out. Early pressure provided by Tampa Bay. And it will lead to another goal kick. Only seconds injured, but a positive start for Tampa Bay Sun, who back-to-back games against Carolina and last week against Spokane really grew into the match, were significantly better in the second half and played some of their worst football in the first 45 of both games.
Yeah, there you can see they're putting the pressure on Dallas early in this game. They like to high press and get them uncomfortable in their defensive half. It's working out well for Tampa Bay right now. It's what if they can keep that up, the longevity of the game.
This will be Mac Pluck, who was given last week off. Typically will start in an attacking midfield role. Can't play anywhere across the front 5, but today proving she can also slot in a right back. There's Nacello. Gaillard. It's poked loose by McCutcheon. Nacello. Mackenzie Pluck. Winning it back is Gaillard. And a deflection off of McCutcheon will take it out for Tampa Bay's first corner kick of the match. The Baldwin Group is the proud presenting partner of the Tampa Bay Sun. Corner kicks, protect what's possible. And swinger, back post, and harmlessly over the crossbar. Jimona. Just managing to keep that in play was Guidry. Constant pressure in the early going from Tampa Bay Sun as all of the match taking place in the final third.
You can see the entirety of this Tampa Bay Sun team squeezing the pitch on that left side, making Dallas uncomfortable and not making it easy for them to play out either.
And it's won back once again by Tosh Flint. Stroh sent it into the middle. Winnie Bellata to lovely threaded ball through for Ali Thornton. Back post delivery and just rolls away from danger. Goal kick for Wegener.
Great work by Dallas to just thread the needle here. Mackenzie Pluck not finding her defender. She's on the opposite side and then just out of the reach of Strawn on that back post. But a great look by Dallas and a good response to the pressure that Tampa was putting on them.
Dallas getting important minutes from some of the youngest players in this league. We saw a couple of weeks back, Rhea Moore at 15 years old becoming the youngest women's goal scorer in the professional game at any league in U.S. sports. Well, they're also now counting on Celie Strawn, who's factored in all 5 games, her third start of the season now, and 5 chances created over the last 2 games for the 17-year-old from Prosper, Texas.
And what incredible opportunities for these young ladies to play and have this professional experience. Not only are they good enough and proven to be here, but they get to learn under the leadership of the older players on this team. We mentioned Amber Wisner and Amber Brooks, that she is just a seasoned vet who's a very instrumental person into the development of these younger players.
Here's Henson in possession. Lovely slip ball through for Bellata into the 18. Squared across for Thornton! And there's the opening goal. Lightning quick counterattack from Dallas Trinity. 6 minutes gone, and the league leaders are in front.
Dallas able to strike at a moment's notice. This ball just lifted over the top. A beautiful touch to bring it down. And then again, finding each other in the middle of the field. Selfless move. And then just a beautiful finish. Nothing that Wegener could do about it. This one blasted by her. But Dallas taking advantage of the opportunities that they have. That's something that coach needed them to do in this game after playing against Fort Lauderdale. Not on those opportunities that they got. But here, starting off quickly and early, giving them the edge.
Ali Thornton, who had scored in the season opener, had failed to register just 1 shot on target over the last 3 games. And in her first sight of goal tonight, doubles her tally for this season and puts Dallas in front.
One thing that coach was telling us is that they needed to find her on the ball more, in the box specifically, and right there she was just wide open, continuing her run, following the play, and earns her 15th goal in this league.
The most of any player in the Gamebridge Super League. Here's a look at Chris Petruccelli, the acting head coach of Dallas Trinity, also general manager. Long time in this business, a 2-time national Coach of the Year and NCAA champion all the way back in 1995. It's Nacello getting in the way of the pass. That is the 10th goal allowed by Tampa Bay in their 5th game of the season. Remember, it was also an early goal when these two sides met just a little over 100 days ago. That occasion, it was Hannah Davison who broke the deadlock after 17 minutes. Earlier on their opener this time out, Ali Thornton. player who made her return to Dallas, formerly at SMU. SMU Mustangs, one of the best female college programs in the nation. Really, that entire division, the ACC. Ubogagu, who was credited with the assist, her second of the season. It's won back by Sabrina McNeil. McCutcheon. As Jamona applies the pressure. Skiji making inroads. Ubogagu gets a lovely threaded ball. And ultimately cut out by Sabrina McNeil, who scrambled back just in time.
This is the style of soccer that is Dallas Trinity's bread and butter. They want to possess through the lines, finding those open opportunities in through the back line or out wide to then whip the ball in. Doing a good job of the press that Tampa was putting on them. Tampa now dropped off a little bit in their pressing because of that goal that was scored.
It's a good look at the debutante Emery Wagner, who just signed in late July. Played 4 years at Georgia, 1 year at Maryland. Now getting her first start under Denise Schulte-Brown. Goalkeeper Wagner had a brief stint coaching Asheville City before deciding she wasn't quite done playing yet. It's 3 good goalkeepers on this Tampa Bay Sun side. And all 3 have gotten minutes this season. Knocked down by Hendricks, who's played every minute of the campaign so far. Wisner. Sierra Hinson. It's flighted over the top to lovely delivery by the captain Wisner, trying to chip the goalkeeper. Wagner alert to the danger. She'll have a goal kick. Winnie Bellata with the attempt over the top. It's a trio of senior internationals on this Dallas Trinity side. The captain, Amber Wisner, was captain once for the USA women's team, but also got Ubogagu, who's an England international, and Winnie Bellata, who represented Canada at the youth levels, U17 and U20. Here's Strawn. Laying it off and getting it back. Good spell of possession for Dallas. Ubogagu. Wisner. It's flighted forward for Strawn to chase and just running out of real estate.
Dallas having so much room to play in the midfield. Tampa not really stepping to them or making them uncomfortable on the ball. You saw Jordan Listro try to press up a little bit higher up the field to add that pressure. But Dallas having their way in and around the midfield area to combine to go forward.
Back underway through Hendricks. Whistled against Gracie Bryan. Pluck. Gonna weave her way through trouble. Now Bayard. He spotted the run of Jamona out wide and couldn't reach her. Listro's dispossessed.
Just rushed a little bit of that attack there. It was Tampa. They had time and space to keep driving down the wing.
By comparison, you see a more patient approach from Dallas. McCutcheon. Guidry. Marcelo closing down. Quickly out to Henson on the near side. Wisner. Finding each other really well. Dallas Trinity playing out of the back. Gracie Bryan. Slid through nicely and through ball intended for Bogagu. Spalata trying to find her. It'll stay Dallas Trinity ball. 9 points, top of the table, one clear of Fort Lauderdale, who ended their 3-game winning start last week. Feast or famine away from home. They've got a win and a loss outside of the Cotton Bowl. This is Nacello now leading the charge. MVP of the final last season and arguably the best player in this league.
That is what she is called. She is just so dynamic on the ball. She can make you miss with a few touches and just so energetic up top. She's the spark that allows this Tampa team to press. They just need to worry about going all together so she's not alone on that island up there.
Well, is flighted forward for Kenabatia to chase. Quarter of an hour gone. The early strike by Ali Thornton, 6 minutes in, is the difference.
Since that goal, Dallas just looked in control of this game. The first few minutes were all Tampa pressing and creating opportunities. They had that corner kick in the first few minutes of the game, and as soon as Dallas scored, it was like they had taken the reins of this game, and they continue to do that with their possession, moving it around the back, finding the gaps and spaces in the midfield as well.
Against a Tampa Bay Sun team that were so strong this second half of last season, and this year we're having to rediscover that better form. Winless with just 1 point coming from that 2-all draw away to Carolina.
They had the core of their team come back into this year, and when I asked Coach Denise Schulte-Brown about the leadership of the group of ladies that she has, and she just talks so highly about the group of women that she has on this team, how optimistic and their approach to everything that they are. They're supportive to one another, mentioning that they might be too nice sometimes. You need that balance, but their by nature is just so optimistic and supportive of what each one is doing individually, but also as their group on the field.
Worth repeating, they are missing 9 players through injuries, and suspensions, and adding some important ones to that list. Vivian Bissett, starting center back, injured last week at a knee contusion that saw Tampa Bay actually finish the game with 9 players after the sending off of Jilly Shimkin.
That center back pairing of Hendricks and Bissett has been so good all season. The way that they read off one another and the way that Bissett can distribute is something that Tampa Bay is definitely going to be missing in this game. But Hendricks, such a veteran, and holds down the fort well back there for the Sun.
Bayard was down for a moment, but now back on her feet. Pressure by Guidry to win it back for Dallas. Listro, the captain, taking it back. Trying to force the issue was Natasha Flint. Hinson.
Tampa just didn't have anyone taking off in that moment when Flint won it in the top part of the circle. Usually you need people flying forward. Batia and Nacello were being conservative in their runs. Carly Jamona wasn't up top there at the moment in a more defensive position. That's what they need. They need that reaction to just fly, put numbers forward when they win that ball of transition.
This time it's Carly Gimona who's whistled for the foul. Free kick for Dallas from their own half.
Take another look at it here. Just all up in the grill and just a little bit of pull on that arm. She didn't like that call at all.
Getting all the way back was Sienna Bryan, giving away to Hinson. Clipped over the top for Ubogagu at the edge of the area. Thornton in the back post. And well dealt with, that time by Hendricks. Shot from Hinson is blocked and ricochets out to Ubogagu. Bryan thought about this shot, thought better of it. Lifted into the 18, and that's nudged away by Mac Pluck. Look at the earlier opportunity again. Ubogagu, who's credited with the assist, as that one cleared at the back post.
Pluck tried to clear this ball out of her box, but it ends up going out for a corner kick. A great opportunity here for Dallas to add one more to the scoreboard.
And swinger near post this time. Flicked on and nudged over by McClutchin. Not able to get her header down.
Beautiful in-swinging ball near the front post. This one deflected off, and then just a little bit over top of the header was McCutcheon.
Sent into the heart of the area, and the header is off target as Bellotta was running onto it.
Another great opportunity here for Dallas. Thornton just taking one look up, and that one just wide of the front post, but knocking on the door is Dallas Trinity.
Here's Listro. Possession is short-lived for Tampa Bay. Runs made by Hinson and picked out as she runs between the lines. Ubogagu with the early cross, back post, and sails away from everybody.
Dallas having so much success in between the midfield and back line of Tampa. They need to do a better job of squeezing that space and making sure Dallas doesn't get those easy runs and passes slip through their lines. And then when they do have those moments, Tampa is not stepping in, condensing that space. Even if it's late, they're dropping back and allowing them to play through.
Also seeing the volume of service from Chioma Ubogagu. Tonight her 7th assist in the league, the most of any player. Wisner. It's magic from Bellotta.
It's special to have a player able to pick out her teammates in that way and create quality service, putting it on a platter for them to just tap in or put away.
Foul is whistled here against Listro. Quickly restarted. Ubogagu trying her luck from a long way out. No trouble. That time for Wegener in goal.
And why not? Sun were off balance with the quick restart by Dallas. She had the time and the space in the middle and just went a little bit wide with that one. But sensing that she has time and space on the ball, why not take a shot?
Sometimes you'll see a crack like that out of frustration when nothing's working for you and you feel like you have to see the ball fly toward the goal. Sometimes it's out of confidence, and this is the latter.
Absolutely, and when you have the green light, you might as well. You have options up top for you to play through, but...
Oh, this is troubling is Taj Flint. We knew she didn't have 90 minutes in her. She's making her first start this season, working her way back from an off-season injury. Instrumental in that semifinal against Dallas last campaign, and looks to add here to that long injury list for the defending champions.
She's a key piece in the midfield for this Tampa Bay Sun team, and to get her back, they're so excited and eager to have her back on the pitch, even if it was for limited minutes. But having her go down early on in this one, not a good sign for the Tampa Bay Sun.
And last week they had the injury to Vivian Bissett. They had injuries to Gabby Provenzano and Charlotte McLean, both of whom are on the bench today. This team is far from 100%. It's a question as to how many they would be able to field even on the bench for this contest, with Provenzano and McLean both questionable.
You gotta have that next woman up mentality of, all right, we need to fill roles and fill positions. Who's going to come and rise to the top and do it at a high level?
Players getting a chance to hydrate. The thermometer reads 88, but the feels like temperature is more like 94.
It is not fall in Florida right now. Maybe September, but it doesn't feel like it.
They're not taking specific hydration breaks, but you saw players taking advantage of this. Just drop in the action as Tosh Flynn still getting some attention. She is able to walk off under her own power. Is that a Marvin the Martian tattoo?
I was literally just about to ask if you would ever get a leg sleeve like that. Would you?
I wouldn't rule it out.
Stay tuned, folks.
Well, select the official match ball supplier of the Gamebridge Super League and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Back underway through Wegener. And for the moment, Tampa Bay Sun with 10 players. It does look as though Tash Flint will give it a go, and she's been given the thumbs up to return to action. That's good news.
Absolutely great to see for Tosh Flint and this Tampa Bay Sun team.
Played for both Manchester City and Manchester United as a youth. Solid career in Europe that included stops in Liverpool, Celtic. Marcelo sniffing out the pass. There's Pluck. Marcelo with her back to goal. It's Batia in possession. And it's Pluck who gave it away. It's Gracie Bryan jumping into the passing lane.
That was the best bout of possession that we had seen from Tampa in this first half, though. They were playing quickly and finding each other on that backside and then down the right side wing. Just unforced error gave that ball away, but good to see them connecting.
It's Gaillard who's won it back now. Batia tries to find a defender in her face. It was Wisner. Just wondering whether that brief stoppage didn't just allow Tampa Bay to reset, regroup. Hadn't seen much of the ball or any lengthy spells of possession since that 6-minute opener by Dallas.
You saw them getting direction from their coaching staff, and Coach Denise Schulte-Brown just trying to talk to her team, regroup like you mentioned, get some direction to then step back onto the field and implement that immediately.
A team that has responded well over the last couple of games despite not getting the results they wanted. Against Carolina, second half was some of the best soccer they've played this season. That was after going down. And same a week ago against Spokane, where they were down both on the score sheet and in terms of the numerical advantage for Spokane Zephyr. And yet you wouldn't know that that second half was played with 10 players. They were the better side, creating more opportunities, just did not get the goals needed.
This Tampa Bay team plays with passion and dedication, and they will grind out games. Even if they don't necessarily win them, they will try their best towards that final whistle.
The Baldwin Group is the proud presenting partner of the Tampa Bay Sun corner kicks. Protect what's possible. Mackenzie Pluck stands over the ball. In swinger to the edge of the 6. It's Nacella who met it. Header sails over. It's Hendricks who met it. And she doesn't look entirely comfortable, coming off of flu-like symptoms, despite playing every minute of the season. And now it's Gracie Bryan who seemingly needs some attention for Dallas. Looks to be okay. Here's why.
Batia just coming in from behind, taking her out. Bryan just getting pummeled out there right now.
Back-to-back fouls drawn by Gracie Bryan. Tampa Bay has at least managed to interrupt the flow that Dallas Trinity were enjoying before the injury stoppage. Here's Allie Thornton. Guidry. Wisner. McCutcheon in possession, a look-away pass as well to find Obogaru. Henson on the near side. Heavy touch by Thornton. She was under pressure from McNeil. And the foul has gone against Tampa Bay Sun once more. This time Listro.
Listro thinking that one was 50-50, both players going to it. Not happy with that call. Her arms maybe a little bit outstretched going into that tackle.
"30 minutes in, there's a sense of connectivity, especially in the midfield of Dallas Trinity, that we've not seen from Tampa Bay really in the course of this season, where it has been a bit more individual. Dallas, despite the loss to Fort Lauderdale, it must be said Fort Lauderdale are flying through the early part of the campaign. But this is more like what we've seen from Dallas. They started the season on a back-to-back wins, the longest win streak in team history.
Coach just really wanting their team to get back to that possession style of play coming off that loss to Fort Lauderdale. They seem to be right back in form in this game so far. Very patient in and around the 18-yard box, wanting to pick out those moments for them to attack and get the most out of those opportunities. That last spell of possession for Dallas was the best we've seen Tampa Bay defend. They did a really good job of shifting their defensive structure around and not letting Dallas get through them or around them.
Let's look at Riley Foster, who is tied for the most clean sheets in the League Two so far this season. Same as Kat Asman of Lexington coming into the weekend. Back-to-back shutouts against Brooklyn and away to Jacksonville before that. 4 goals conceded against Fort Lauderdale.
This will be our second stoppage for injury in this half. And the first injury stoppage, Tampa came out flying. It looked like they got direction from their coaches and implemented that immediately. I'm interested to see what happens after this second stoppage for injury for either side.
Not great for the watchability of the game, but probably appreciated by the 22 players out there in the humidity.
Absolutely. For them, to get water, breathe, get some inhale, exhale, deep breaths, and to reset from their coaches is imperative.
Here's McCutcheon.
Nasello doing a good job there of taking away any angle that McCutcheon had to cut inside and earning her team a goal kick coming all the way back from that winger position.
Here's Jamona. Forced her all the way back. Lovely triangles from Dallas, and finally a no-nonsense clearance by Pluck.
Dallas is just playing 2 steps ahead right now. You saw the dummy, and they're just knowing where their teammates are is putting them ahead and giving them the edge in this game.
It's laid off by Balada. Maya McCutcheon. Davison, a long diagonal switch. Did well to find Hinson on this near side. Ubogagu. For Ali Thornton with her back to goal. Had her pocket picked by Listro. Nasello. As Gaillard is fouled and maybe bailed out. She was dribbling into a crowd of defenders.
Swarmed by Dallas, doing a good job of earning that foul and maintaining possession of the ball.
Just under 10 minutes remain of first half normal time. 1-0 lead for Dallas Trinity, courtesy of Ali Thornton in the 6th minute. Looking for Nasello over the top, and that'll be long for her. So it's taken back by Nasello. Going to turn defense into attack.
She was trying to switch the field there, dribbling inside, but Carly Jamona was tucked all the way in, doing the defensive work. They can't get that expansion shape.
Nice move by Batty as he finds Tosh Flint, and the shot is blocked. Still alive for Gaillard on the near side. Crossed in, back post. Jamona there to meet it. Listro. Promising spell of possession. Now Flint. Gathered up by Pluck. McNeil. Dallas happy to reset possession to defenders every time they do win it back. More deliberate, methodical play out of the back. Ubogagu. Balada. Celie Strawn finds Ali Thornton. This is Nasello. Nasello driving at Hinson. Listro in support. Squeezes the cross into the 6. It's a wonderful delivery, and Kanabatia in a good spot to meet it.
Nasello had barely any room and not a great angle to whip that ball in. She just gets her hips around it and finds a way to put this one in the box, and a great opportunity for Tampa, but they maintain possession still.
Who commits the foul, taking that pluck down. Here's a look at that service provided by Nasello.
Just does a great job. She was combining with Listro right there out in the wing, and then says, get out of my way, I need to whip this one in. Just misses her teammates there in the box, but you're seeing Tampa come alive as this first half progresses, growing into this game.
17-year-old Kenna Batia was on the end of that, made her pro debut in that 2-all draw away to Carolina. Today her full debut. She is on from the starting whistle.
She's done a great job up top for Tampa Bay. She adds that pace up there for them again, quick like Cindy Nasello.
Flint. Nasello. Just deflected out by Hinson. It'll stay Tampa Bay ball. Listro. Here's McNeil. Gaillard in the middle. Pulls down quickly. It's wonderful by the captain, Amber Wisner, to win it back. And Gaillard is whistled here for the foul. It's a simplicity to her game. Experienced Amber Wisner.
I was just about to say, she looked like she was so at ease winning that ball back.
Obvious by the armband, but very much the leader, one of the leaders on this Dallas Trinity side, and a player who spends a ton of time mentoring the youngsters, telling stories.
Coach told us that you can find her at team meals, sitting with the younger group, trying to talk to them and share stories and wisdom.
Here's Listro, who jumped into the passing lane to win it back and showed too much of the ball to Brian. Push in the back. Goes unpunished. The whistle did blow. It will be a free kick for Dallas Trinity. This is the third stop of a long road stretch for the league leaders. They will play 5 straight away from the Cotton Bowl. In contact in the midfield, but they allowed to continue here as Bogagu rolls it back, knocked down by Thornton, given away to McNeil. And Flint is dispossessed. Here's Bellotta. And that deflection will take it out for a Dallas corner kick.
Playing 5 matches on the road is tough as it is, but to be able to win on the road is even better, and to get those points away from your home field is something that gives this team so much confidence. Dropping that 1-2 for Lauderdale, but to be able to come back in this game and be up 1-0, potentially more going into halftime, it's going to allow this Dallas team to just build off of what they're doing so well here in the first half, being calm on the ball, very possession style, finding each other in the midfield.
Wogagu to deliver. And swinger into the 6. It's knocked down and just wide. And McNeil is brought down from behind. That could produce the game's first yellow card. And it has done. Celie Strawn is booked for the challenge.
Trying to win the ball back, work back for it, and just clips Tampa. She put her head down immediately, knowing that she was going to get booked for that one.
It's again a promising approach for Tampa Bay.
Officials have issued a yellow card
Cut
to
out.
Dallas' number 12, Celie Strawn, in the 43rd minute.
Missed hit by Wisner, and it could lead to trouble the other way as finally cleared away by Foster. Hendricks. McNeil. He's flighted forward, Nasello furthest forward. Nearly ends up in possession, Nasello.
McCutcheon doing a great job of just keeping that ball on her left side away from Sydney Nasello, who is just a pickpocket queen. She can win the ball from you. However, McCutcheon doing a great job of shielding that one and clearing it away.
Jamona looking for help and finds it in the form of Matt Pluck. Nasello now as Pluck continues her run. Henson giving chase. Pluck for Nasello. Threads it through Nasello. As that deflected out, and it will be a corner kick for Tampa Bay as the final seconds tick off of first half normal time.
Going to take their time with this one, wanting to get the right service in, but great work by Tampa. Pluck working up that right side, finding Sydney Nasello in the box and just trying to slip that ball in. Dallas doing a good job of keeping her wide.
Delivered to the heart of the area. It's headed away by Davison. So a minimum 5 minutes added on. They'll play until at least the end of the 50th.
So much can happen in 5 minutes. Tampa Bay looking like they're on the front foot to make something happen right now in stoppage time.
Here's Gaillard. Thornton laying it off. It's good press and rewarded for it is Tampa Bay. Mac Pluck from a long way out. It's deflected by Wisner. Collected by Wisner and given away by the captain. Now Nasello. Sliding challenge. Maybe just mistimed. It's given as a throw. Flint for Listro. Batia trying to slip the shot in the bottom corner, and it's gathered up by Foster. Strong challenge, effective one by Winnie Balada. This first half, Dallas Trinity out shooting Tampa Bay 7-4. Just one shot on target on both sides. It was Allie Thornton. Found the back of the net 6 minutes in.
All it takes is one, and she capitalized on her moment.
Likely it's a fragile lead. Tampa Bay started strong and seemingly finishing strong in this opening half. Just nothing to show for it yet. Don't have numbers back to defend here. It's a strong challenge. Sienna Bryan. Driving the ball forward is Bryan. It's cut out by Gracie Bryan.
She was a stop sign right there. Nothing was going past her. Just sticks her foot in. Hard tackle, but clean. Big moment for Tampa.
It's driven forward by Sienna Bryan. Long switch of play from McNeil. In a battle with Gaillard. Pouncing on the loose ball was Gaillard. Now Pluck. Oh, driven in for Tosh Flint was the intended target, and it's well defended by Davison. Balata now against Pluck. Spotted the run of Guidry on this near side, playing right back, but wound up on the left.
And then great work by Cindy Nasillo to work all the way back, tracking her run, knowing that Dallas was trying to switch it to that weak side. And ended up on her own back line, but this Tampa Bay Sun starting 11, putting in a shift here in this first half, knowing that they have to come back from this 1-0 deficit.
Listro wide for McNeil. Guillard making the run into the box. Nasello pulling the strings in the middle. Quick to react. Clipped wide, and a run that never came from Mac Pluck on the near side.
That was the first time we've really seen Mackenzie Pluck and Nasello be on separate pages here in the first half. They've done a really good job of working off one of another and combining in the box.
Well, to be fair to her, it seemed as though Pluck maybe was making her way back in defense in case Nasello did give it away. That will do for the first 45 minutes as Dallas Trinity lead it 1-0, courtesy of Ali Thornton's opening goal in the 6th minute, assisted by Shimona Ubogagu, and that is the difference at halftime. Your thoughts?
Great work by Dallas to keep the ball. Tampa doing a good job of getting into this game as it came to them. They started pressing off first and then dropped back when they got scored on, but then the tides shifted once again later in that second half, putting the pressure back on Dallas. It's going to be a very interesting second half.
Well, a strong start for Tampa Bay that was cut short after that 6-minute opener by Thornton. Dallas taking advantage with their very first real sight of goal. That's their 6th goal of this season for the league leaders, working on what would be 12 points in the early going.
Yeah.
Well, joining us now is the goal scorer, Ali Thornton. Congratulations on goal number 15. Can you take us through it?
Yeah, I think, we had numbers forward. We made a good defensive play on the press. I saw Chi driving and wanted to get open for her, and yeah, she made a great pass.
Ali, what do you need to see more of to add to this fragile 1-0 lead right now?
Yeah, I think we just have to keep doing what we did at the start of the game. Keeping it simple, making easy passes, moving for each other, working with each other. So just focusing on keeping our heads, staying composed, and making the good choice.
Thank you, Ali. First player in this league to reach 15 goals, her second this season, is the difference at the halfway point. Tampa Bay Sun 0, Dallas Trinity 1, as the league leaders are all over the defending champions in the opening half. We're back with a look at the best of the first 45 minutes and more right after this.
Today we went to the beach and it was totally worth it. Get double points this fall at Best Western.
Tampa General is the region's only academic health system and only Level 1 trauma center, which means we handle life-threatening injuries others can't. Our fellowship-trained surgeons specialize in trauma and work with experts from all areas of care to treat patients immediately. We handle the region's most trauma because we're uniquely built to save lives. Tampa General. Other hospitals practice medicine. We define it. When it comes to transplants, every organ wasted is a life not saved. But as the region's only academic health system, Tampa General is changing that. We're the global leader in using revolutionary technology that keeps donor organs functioning outside the body, so we can accept and recover more organs for more life-saving transplants, making us #1 in the nation. Tampa General. Other hospitals practice medicine. We define it. Why does academic medicine matter? Because at Tampa General, the best medicine starts with the best science. Like our cutting-edge research that helped develop computerized devices to treat epilepsy and Parkinson's, restoring normal brain function and ending tremors. That's the academic difference every day at the region's only academic health system. Tampa General. Other hospitals practice medicine. We define it.
Welcome back. It is halftime in Tampa, Florida, where the league leaders Dallas Trinity lead the reigning champions Tampa Bay Sun a goal to nil after 45 minutes. Some news and notes from around the Gamebridge Super League, as Hope Heisey of Spokane became the first goalkeeper in league history to record 10 clean sheets last weekend. She's added to that now. Meanwhile, Fort Lauderdale United has named Ali Rogers as the club's head coach after serving as the associate head coach last season. And Maddie Mercado has scored in all 3 of Carolina's games. Ties a club record for consecutive games with at least 1 goal. So the final between Lexington and Spokane, 0-0. And that match, well, another draw between Power DC and Brooklyn, 2 goals apiece on Thursday night. That Lexington game, the only other one taking place tonight. Why does academic medicine matter? Well, because at Tampa's General, the best medicine starts with the best science. Like our cutting-edge research that helped develop computerized devices to treat epilepsy and Parkinson's, restoring normal brain function and ending tremors. That's the academic difference every day at the region's only academic health system, Tampa General. Other hospitals practice medicine. We define it. We'll step aside for a quick commercial break. More to come on the other side. It's Tampa Bay 0, Dallas Trinity 1.
All right. Now listen, we're down by 1, and I don't know if you're familiar with how sports work, but the only way you can come back from a 1-0 halftime deficit is with a dance-off, okay? It's written in the Sportsbook Almanac, okay? So what's going to happen is, we're going to start right here. You guys need a minute to stretch. You want to get the quads loosened up, okay? A deep hamstring lunge. Really wake up the glutes. Make sure you're active, okay? You're going to dance along with Soleil to all of Soleil's favorites. I'm not going to ask you twice, okay? I'm just going to ask you one time. Are you ready for Soleil's dance-off? That was kind of terrifying. I'm kind of impressed with what you guys have done. We've got DJ Sean Sunshine up there right now. He's ready to give us some good 1s and 2s. Are you guys ready for the first song? What we're going to do, we're going to do a dance-off over here. Then we're going to do a dance-off over there. Then we're going to do a dance-off over there. Then we're going to do a dance-off over there. I will then collapse in the corner, and Soleil will see who the winner is, okay?
Welcome back. It is Noche Latina, Latin Night, as they celebrate the Hispanic Heritage Month. We take a look back at the very best of the first 45 minutes as Tampa Bay Sun trail Dallas Trinity. Another number to keep in mind, 3 of the midfield players for Dallas Trinity above 90% pass completion in that first half. They're moving the ball exceptionally well, and they have the 1-0 lead to show for it at halftime. Stay with us. Plenty more on the other side.
All right, north side. We had the Macarena, we had Gloria. Come on, Gloria. Now it's time. We got 20 seconds till you guys are ready to be on the block. We got cameras, we got photographers, we got Soleil, and we've got the pride of Tampa Bay here. Let's see some rhythm. Shall we see some rhythm? You guys feeling confident? I'm confident. We warm up our vocal cords, and as we start to get ready for the second half and the comeback, let's get after it, Sun Nation. Are you live out there? Let me hear it.
Welcome back as fans here at halftime treated to Soleil's dance party. What do you think that is exactly?
I think it's a salamander, but you don't think so. And that's okay.
I'll tell you what, if it's an invasive species, it is a welcome invasion from Soleil. He's been energizing the crowd here. Dallas have had plenty of dancing of their own. They lead a goal to nil courtesy of Ali Thornton's opener after 6 minutes. Providing the assist was Ubogagu, who's treated 3 chances in that first 45 minutes, the most of any player on either side.
Here at Noche Latina night.
No changes from either manager for the start of the second half. The same 22 players that shook hands at the start out there for the restart. It was Thornton who stands in the center circle. Some of your standouts from those first 45 minutes.
I mean, the entirety of this Dallas team just seemed so connected. They were playing off of each other so well, and I mentioned it in the first half. They just seemed to know where each other was, playing very quickly off the ball. And then for Tampa, I think Nocello was just doing all of the work for them, up and down that wing, connecting with her teammates defensively and offensively, making things happen. And they're going to need her to score goals in the second half.
For the moment, Riley Foster working on what would be her 3rd clean sheet of the season, but a lot of football still to be played in Tampa. This is only the 2nd home game for the reigning champions. They lost 3-2 to Jacksonville in the home opener back on August 30th, game in which they trailed 3-0 before making a hot finish. They scored 2 goals in 2 minutes, courtesy of Gaillard and Gimona, to finish 3-2. Second half underway with Tampa Bay moving right to left on your screen. It was Natasha Flint who got us started. Well, they have been more of a second half team, especially in these last 2 games against Carolina and Spokane, where they were the better side over the course of the second 45 minutes. We'll see if they repeat tonight. They need that to take points away from this.
In the stat numbers, it shows that they are the better team in that second half, but they need that finishing touch, that last-ditch effort to try to put that ball in the back of the net.
It's given away by McNeil, who's won it back herself. So for Tampa Bay, it remains a back 4 of Pluck, Brian Hendricks, and McNeil in front of Wagner, who's making her debut. Lystra Gaillard, the 2 holding midfielders, Jamona, Batia, Nocello, and Tosh Flint in attack. Here's Pluck. Dallas, meanwhile, with Foster in goal. Guidry, Davison, McCutcheon, and Henson along the back. There's Batia, had it poked loose. Wisner, Bryan, and Balada in the midfield. Strawn, Ubogagu, and Thornton up top. And this will lead to a Tampa Bay corner. Pluck lifted in, edge of the 6. It's plucked out of the air by Foster.
Tampa going quickly on the corner kick, trying to catch Dallas off balance there. They did a good job of trying to put it into the box, just no runners were really causing any chaos.
Here's Thornton. So a week ago, away to Spokane. Well, not in a moment. Here's Jamona. Tampa Bay making another fast start to the second half. Flint. Jamona with her back to goal. There's Tosh Flint from outside the 18. Let's make it a second opportunity. Flint on her right. Oh, didn't need a second thought about the shot. It bends away from goal. Gallardo is pleading for a deflection in a corner. It's not given. So around this time, just 3 minutes into the second half last week, they go down to 10 players with the red card to Jilly Shimkin. From there on, more shots, more possession than the opponent for the remainder of the second half.
Coach Denise Schulte-Brown telling us that in those moments, her team just came alive.
The ball is sent forward for Strawn, won't get there. And cleared away by McNeil.
When you go down a player like that, you don't really have any other choice but to just play. You might as well throw everything that you can at the other team, and it proved very well for this Tampa Bay side to just put everything out of their heads except just playing the game, letting loose and doing what they love.
Gaillard rides the challenge. Jamona. Guidry. Switch doesn't quite come off for Gracie Bryan. Pluck, more direct approach this time for Tampa Bay, and quickly into the final third. Gaillard allowed to turn in the 18. It's well defended in the end by Wisner. And it'll be a throw for Tampa Bay Sun. Mistro allows it to roll through. And the foul's going to be whistled against Brooke Hendricks, who will be booked. It's the first Tampa Bay Sun player to pick up a yellow card in this game, her second this season. Professional foul there. She knew what she was doing.
Absolutely. And as soon as the foul was committed, you could see her just walk away, not wanting it to be called. And it's going to be a call every time. But Tampa coming out in this second half, doing a very good job of moving the ball around in those wide areas.
The official has issued a yellow card to the Tampa Bay Suns number 15,
Davison.
Hendricks, in the 15th minute.
Guidry. That willingness of Dallas to always play the ball back, maintain possession, and try and draw Tampa Bay out from their defensive posture. Now looking to create space behind. Well defended, cut out by Sienna Bryan, who's filling in as an emergency center back tonight.
Yeah, Dallas is playing with such patience right now. They seem so comfortable on the ball, moving it in and around their back line, up and through their midfield as well. Knowing that they have to take care of it though. Tampa Bay is such a team that can spark at any moment, win the ball off transition, and go straight to goal.
Only one natural center back available tonight for Tampa Bay. It's Brooke Hendricks. Here they come with Joanna. Nacello, options inside. Perhaps rushing her past this time, and McCutcheon was there to collect. Sent away by Guidry.
All of those runs in the box by Tampa just looked like they were holding back a little bit. Nobody was flying towards the front post or the penalty spot or back six. They looked like they were holding off their runs, not knowing if she was going to slip the ball through on the ground or when the timing of the cross was going to come in. But you have to know with Cindy Nacello, she can get the ball up her foot at a moment's notice, and to crash the box is something that Tampa needs to focus on here in the second half.
Corner kick for Tampa Bay. Once again, coming out of the locker room as the better side. Lifted in toward the penalty spot. Jamona, who was rising to meet it. Rinse and repeat, another corner from the same corner. Oh, it's given as a goal kick this time. It was Jamona last to touch it.
Most of the players for the Sun were calling for it to be a corner kick, but the referee saw it differently, and it will be a goal kick for Dallas. But that corner kick for Tampa, playing it short again, trying to draw Dallas out of their box, step them up a little bit to then slip Tampa Bay's players through. A good idea, but just not testing Dallas.
Here's Bellotta. Swarmed by defenders, but solved it well, finding Thornton. Davison, maybe rushing her past that time and had her pocket picked by Jamona, turning defense into attack. Here's Cardi Jamona on her right, and just poked loose by Gracie Bryan. Dallas recover well defensively. Thornton laying it off and getting it back.
That was so good by Dallas to recover in that moment, converge the field, tighten the space in between their lines, and then not allow Jamona to get through them.
Ubogagu driving at Mac Pluck. And Pluck doing well to force her outside. Goal kick. Started all 3 games in an attacking midfield role. Mac Pluck before given the week off in that trip to Spokane. Now returns as part of a back four, of a rejigged makeshift back four. It's flicked on by Batia. Jamona. Bursting along to get there. Hendricks knocking it down. And that's going to be a foul whistled against Tosh Flint. Amber Wisner on the receiving end.
Dallas may be playing a little bit too lax in the back right now. Yes, comfortable, but you also need to have a sense of urgency with threats like Carly Jamona and Cindy DeCello running at your back line. Even Mattia, she's quick and has the pace. You need to take care of the ball in those moments.
Give you an idea of just how good Chioma Obugagu's first half was. 3 chances created. She had the assist. No other player created more than a single chance in the course of those first 45, or up to now. Here's Thornton. Scrambling back Davison under pressure from Batia. McCutcheon gets it away. What a turn that is. Henson finds Ali Thornton. This run's being made by Sealy Strawn on the near side. Thornton waiting for the overlap. Henson crossed in, back post. Across the mouth of goal and just wide from Sealy Strawn. What a chance to double the lead for Dallas.
I mean, that entire buildup is why they are at the top of the table. You see from the back to the front, they evade the pressure of Tampa and then picking out a player in the box. Strawn was wide open on that back post, just couldn't get the right angle on the header to put that ball away. But Dallas evaded the pressure of Tampa, high pressing them off the transition. Doing a good job of finding one another up top and through the midfield third, and then attacking, getting a goal scoring opportunity.
Spatia on the attack now for Tampa Bay. Davison not able to avoid the corner. And just one more thought on that previous chance. How about the soccer IQ of Ali Thornton holding up play, waiting for the overlap, which in turn releases Strawn at the back post.
It's just, she knows that her players are coming. It speaks to how connected this group is. She knows that players are going to fly up the field knowing that they have opportunities to score on, and great way for them to attack different threats on all parts of the ball.
Approaching the hour mark, here's Tampa Bay looking to create a threat of their own. Back post intended for Jamona. This will ricochet all the way back for Wegener. Listro. Advantage given here is Dallas able to hold on to possession. Guidry making inroads, driving at the defense. Still in possession is Strawn. Guidry back on her feet. Trying to find the angle, and Hendricks sliding in to deny her. Corner for Dallas. Well, the lateral and backward passing of Dallas Trinity, when it does open up, they can get forward in a hurry.
Absolutely, and Tampa was dropping off a little bit more and allowing them space in the middle.
Delivered into the 6. McCutcheon couldn't latch on. Davison's effort is over as both center backs got a touch in the 18.
You'd love to see your center backs get chances in the box. This one dropping perfectly at her foot. Just couldn't get over the ball to put that away.
Intercepted by Hinson. Here's Wisner.
She's used to clearing the ball, so.
The center back's finish. Finish was just fine in that semifinal against Tampa Bay a little over 3 months ago. That's poked loose as Flint picks the pocket of Wisner. This is good football to find McNeil out wide. Back in towards Gimona. Maybe the best chance of the second half for Tampa Bay. It leads to another corner kick.
Take another look at it here. Again, just unselfish play, finding Gimona in the box who had time. Wisner doing a good job of hands behind her back, blocking it like the wall, but good look for Tampa off a transition moment.
Wisner, who got in the way of it. She played center back a couple of games back when McCutcheon was filling in midfield. And that is an overcooked corner by Tampa Bay. The Gamebridge Super League season is underway. Visit GamebridgeSuperLeague.com for all the latest information, analysis, and insight into all of the things Gamebridge Super League. Hour gone. Remains a 1-0 lead. Has been since the 6th minute. Wisner in possession. Bryant, space and time to consider her options. Strawn. Under pressure from Listro and gave it away. Nacello. Uncharacteristically quiet in the second half from Nacello, but here she is now scrambling onto the ball.
Haven't really been able to find her on the ball much. Tampa getting most of their opportunities from transition moments that have been on this near side. The work rate of Tampa in the second half has definitely picked up.
Celie Strawn, isolated near side. And Balada, not quite what she intended. Worth noting that 2-0 defeat in Spokane last week for Tampa Bay snapped a streak of 19 consecutive games, scoring at least one goal. I'd love to get back on the score sheet tonight and snatch at least a point from this. On home soil, they'll want even more. Thornton is pressured by Sienna Bryan. Won by Guidry in the air. Bryan did well to release Hinson. The pressure from Nacello putting in a defensive shift. Hinson floated over the top. This is Thornton. Bogaru switches in across and just wide from Winnie Balada with all of the goal to aim for. The ball bobbling toward her and she couldn't keep the shot down.
Balada at the perfect place. This ball just whipped in again by the assist leader. Oh, and it just took a weird bounce on the pitch right there. Balada knew it as soon as it came off of her foot. Wide open at the back post. What a perfectly placed and weighted ball, though.
couple of changes coming. For Dallas Trinity, we'll see the introduction of Cameron Lancaster. So that may be Balada's final touch of the contest, and Celie Strawn will also make way. She's replaced by Caroline Kelly. She's done all of her work off the bench this season. This will be her 5th appearance, all as a substitute. Meanwhile, for the home side, Emma Gaines-Ramos, who had a productive second half, especially last week, checks into the contest.
Gaines-Ramos is such an energetic player. She's dynamic and can make things happen for this Tampa Bay team. She always adds that extra spark when she comes off the bench.
Now coming in, number 21, Cameron Lancaster. Coming out, number 24, Wayne Balada. Also coming in for
so Gaines-Ramos is in for Taj Flint, who we did expect to come out at some point. We're told she did not have 90 minutes in her. There was that injury scare in the first half, which fortunately was just a scare. But with 25 minutes left, substitutions from both sides as Kelly and Lancaster check in for Trinity, and Emma Gaines-Ramos is in for Tampa Bay Sun. Guidry. First touch for Lancaster. And for Kelly. Well dealt with by McNeil, squeezing the cross into the edge of the 6. Thornton again with her back to goal. Strong challenge by Bryan. And the foul is whistled against Dallas Trinity.
Kelly stepping in and making an immediate impact. Both subs actually for Dallas were part of that build-up play. She just finds Thornton in the box with her back to goal. She tried to spin and turn, but was tripped up in the end. All players just trying to do what they can to make something happen. Tampa to defend their box, and then for Dallas trying to add another one.
In this second half, Tampa Bay Sun with 3 shots, 2 for Dallas Trinity. None have been on target. Gaines-Ramos. Quick feed from the substitute, this time showing too much of the ball to Davison, who pokes it out. It'll be a throw for Tampa Bay. Quickly in, Batia. Lovely pass down the line by McNeil. Finds Gaines-Ramos once again. Oh, through the legs of Guidry. Still Gaines-Ramos, edge of the area, and finally cleared away. And the second defender. Ole.
Gaines-Ramos is actually taking the position of Carly Jamona out here on the wing. Jamona now playing in that 10 position where Flint was. See those extra added legs.
McNeil creating space for the cross. McCutcheon setting it away. Listro has that blocked by Ubogagu. Nacello running onto it. Around their marker. Lovely touch by Nacello. Well, the pass was on for McNeil. Instead, it's Jamona! And she has leveled it. They've been better in the second half of virtually every game, and tonight is no exception as Tampa Bay battle back to level terms. Carly Jamona with the equalizer, Nacello on the buildup.
We highlighted Carly Jamona in the top. She hadn't really had a lot of possession or on the ball at all, but seeing Nacello doing what she does best, creating space for herself. We had McNeil wide open at the top, and then Carly Jamona just whipping this ball in first time. What a great finish, down low, far post. When her team needed her most, she stepped up in a clutch moment. There was nothing that Foster could do there.
Third goal of the season for Carly Jamona. It brings her into that tie at the top of the scoring charts. And with just over 20 minutes remaining, it's all level. fair to say, a just reward for Tampa Bay's improvement in the second half.
Well, yeah, we were talking about it earlier, how Tampa Bay has played some great second half soccer in most of their matches, waiting for that opportunity to come in this game. You could feel it starting to click for them. They got some fresh legs on the field, but then also just playing really well together in that attacking half.
Jamona was fouled, leading to this free kick. Games between these sides have all been close. This the first of 3 meetings they'll have this regular season. In the previous 5, a couple of wins for Tampa Bay. Those were the last 2, including, of course, a semifinal back in June. 1 win for Dallas. That was 2-0 at the Cotton Bowl in last December. It's the only time they've been separated by more than a single goal.
And when I asked Coach Denise Schulte-Brown if they had mentioned that semifinal match at all in this week leading up to the game, and she was like, well, we've played them so many times in that previous season that when we play them, we just think Dallas. We know exactly what we're going to get when we play them. And it's about stepping up to the challenge every time.
It's headed away by Guidry. Ubogagu. Jamona makes the run. Important intervention by Henson to deny her. Walking a tightrope to the end line. It's Hendricks. Henson was alert. It will remain Tampa Bay's ball via throw. Guidry. Brian. Leaves it for Davison. Wasn't too long before the equalizing goal that we mentioned how quiet Nasello had been since the restart at halftime. Made plenty of noise to get her team back in it. Guidry laying it off. Thornton, contact, no whistle. Nasello.
The combination of Jamona and Nasello has been so deadly, not only in this game, but this whole season for Tampa. They're such a dynamic duo, and when the ball comes to Nasello and she picks out Jamona, it's most likely a goal.
That is the lethal combination for the defending champions. You know, the captain, Listro, is booked for that challenge. Second Tampa Bay Sun player to be cautioned in this game, joining Brooks Hendricks. Ball floating in toward the back post, punched away by Wegner. Hasn't been called into action too much in her debut. There was little she could do about that opening goal in the 6th minute. It's the only shot on target from Dallas Trinity so far.
And most of the second half has been played in the defensive half of Dallas.
Hendricks touches it away. So here's a look at what ultimately was a cross-turned shot punched away.
Yeah, Wisner floated that ball in, maybe just a little bit outside of the range of her teammates. Wagner may be feeling the pressure, so didn't want to catch that one and elected just to punch it away.
Delivered back post, punched away again by Wagner to deny McClutchin. Point blank. And she had to lay out laterally to get there.
We just mentioned how she hadn't really been tested and she didn't need a warm-up. She blocked that one point blank range. Great save, great reaction save by Wegner.
It's a third different goalkeeper to start a match for Tampa Bay this season. Just their 5th game. Batia battling with Davison. And the foul's whistled against Batia. Here's a look back at that brilliant save by Wegner.
Again, great service in. I think that was McCutcheon who got ahead to it, and Wegner just reaction protecting that post. That was for sure going in if she hadn't saved that.
Could well be in contention for save of the week. Week 5 in the Gamebridge Super League. Ended up being at a good height for her, about medium height. Still needed to get there and didn't have much time to do so.
Absolutely, it was perfectly placed. Down low, but Wegner doing a great job of protecting her box.
Two more substitutions about to check in for Dallas Trinity, with a quarter of an hour to play. So Kylie Delaney checks in and she'll replace Guidry. And here comes a 15-year-old Rhea Moore, who a couple of weeks ago became the youngest professional women's scorer in United States soccer history. 15 years, 332 days old when she scored her first goal of the season. She's only played a little over a quarter of an hour. She'll double her season tally here tonight.
So impressive at such a young age to play with maturity and grace like she does. Such a bright spot for this Dallas team.
And she replaces Chioma Obugagu.
Substitutions for the Dallas Trinity.
No changes made yet.
Now out of the game.
One change made by Tampa Bay was the introduction of Gaines Ramos. They really don't have a full bench available to them with that slew of injuries and the one suspension.
Also coming in for the Dallas Trinity, number 14, Chioma Ubakagu. Coming out, number 7.
Here's Chioma. Pluck for Nacello into the 18. Sense of anticipation anytime that the ball is either at the feet of Cindy Nacello or approaching her.
Yeah, you're just on the edge of your seat waiting for something to happen.
Here she is with her back to goal. Working against a double team and dispossessed. Gaines Ramos giving chase, working against Davison, who will chaperone the ball out. Goal kick. You can stay up to date with the Gamebridge Super League. Sign up for the Super newsletter. Get news about your favorite team and stories from around the league delivered directly to your inbox every week. Sign up at GamebridgeSuperLeague.com/newsletter. I did that yesterday.
You did. I was about to ask if you were subscribed. I'll do it tonight after our game.
A battle for possession in the midfield. It's taken back by Lancaster for Dallas. Kelly. Challenge of McLean. Batia. It's a real fight for every touch, every possession from both sides down this final stretch. sharing the points for now, but 2 big points hanging in the balance. For Dallas trying to pull away provisionally at the top of the table, for Tampa Bay desperate to get that first win of the new season.
Yeah, both of these teams not going to be happy with just 1 point. Rather than none, yes, great, but wanting to get that full 3. Like you mentioned, Dallas is trying to put some space in between themselves and the rest of the pack, and Tampa desperately wanting to get on the board with a W.
Wegner draws the foul. James Ramos. Possession split about 60-40 Dallas's way on the balance of the game. Driven in near post and smothered by Wegner on the bounce.
Great look here by Dallas. Shot taken from outside the box. Thornton was there to threaten off the rebound. Wegner was doing a great job of collecting it when it bounced off of her.
Well, last week we saw Schneider needing some attention in the game against Spokane. She's not on the active roster this week. Now it's the 3rd goalkeeper they're using this season, Wegner, who may be cramping up. And players taking advantage to rehydrate ahead of these final 10 minutes of normal time.
Again, we mentioned it's hot and humid down here in South Florida. Feeling like 94 degrees. Players taking this time to hydrate, yes, but also taking a moment to get direction from their coaching staff and encouragement from the players on the bench. It's so important to listen to what the players on the bench that are seeing. They have a different outlook of the game and can give those little pieces of advice that they see in the positions that they play.
What have you seen in the course of this second half? Let's start with Tampa Bay first and then give me Dallas.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job of winning the ball off transition and going to goal. They're combining well on the outside wings. Their defense has been solid, not breaking down as much as they had been in the first half, getting stuck in tackles. You can see just a different level of mindset coming into this second half, knowing they were down a goal and needing to come back. And then for Dallas, you can see they're comfortable on the ball still, but now having a little bit more sense of urgency, seeing how they're going to react to getting scored on. Yes, they have had most of the possession, but it's possession with a purpose. How can they use the ball to advance up the field and then finish their chances that they have on goal?
There's Gracie Bryan, who tonight made her first start of the season. More than doubled her minutes for the campaign. She played just 1/2 of football coming into tonight.
She's been doing so well in the midfield for Dallas in this match. Directing play, speaking to one of her teammates, speaking to all of her teammates.
Brooke Hendricks. I saw in particular Denise Shelter-Brown giving some instructions to James Ramos, the only substitute she's used in this game. And it was Ramos who was coming back to try and help Tampa Bay play out of the back in that last possession. Batia. This is Pluck. Absorbs the challenge and draws the foul. So against Rhea Moore. That goal by Moore was the game winner away to Jacksonville.
It's part of the danger of Dallas. They have players who can score all over the pitch. It's not just Allie Thornton with her 15 goals in the league. It's not just the services. It's all players combined can create something.
She's loosened the 18 and sent out for a corner kick. McCutcheon couldn't do much else with it.
Yeah, not the clearance that she would want there, and especially now when the game is all tied up and knowing that these set pieces are so important when it comes down to the final few minutes of the game.
Tampa Bay have been strong on set pieces this season. This is driven into the near post, flicked on over the head of Jamona. It's wonderful to find Gaines Ramos in the box. Davison stands her ground. Knocked down by Ali Thornton, but given away. Here's Gaines Ramos once more. Cross in, delivered to the heart of the area. And the whistle blows against Kenabatia. And for the repetition of fouls, she'll be booked.
He pulled on the jersey of Davison earlier in the second half. Got that warning from the referee and going to get booked here, but Tampa Bay threatening here in the waning minutes of the second half. Doing a great job of combining and going to ground to save the ball and save possession.
Whatever the result of this, whatever transpires in the next 5 minutes and change, it's a more complete performance, or feels like it, from Tampa Bay than in the previous two games where, yes, they were solid in the second half, but fairly troubled in the first.
Yeah, in the first half, I thought Tampa did pretty well. They started off pressing high, and when they went into that mid-block after getting scored on, they did well defensively, moving as a unit. They didn't have as many opportunities that they have here in the second half. But again, yes, they don't have a win in the win column yet, but they have so many bright spots. And right now they're not playing with their starting 11. There's players plugged in different parts of the field, and they're doing a good job at showing up for one another.
Final substitution for Petruccelli and Dallas Trinity as Tamara Bolt checks in to replace the goal scorer Ali Thornton. What did you make of Ali's performance tonight?
She did such a great job in the first half of finding herself available and open. In the second half, similar as well. Just didn't get her on the ball as much as they would have liked in the second half of play. But again, she did well holding the ball up and bringing in other players around her.
15 regular season goals. Tonight, her second of this season. Tamara Bolt, the Brazilian, had started all 4 games prior to tonight. She'll get just the final few minutes in this cameo appearance. Washington Spirit Loney. Strong by Gaines Ramos to win possession. Listro bursting along to try and get there. Nacello as well. There's a heavy touch in the end from the captain, and it will be a goal kick for Dallas. Delaney. Davison sending it forward. Gaillard is whistled to the foul. Bringing down Cameron Lancaster. Sent away by Pluck. This will be a throw for Dallas. Here's Rhea. Taking the scenic route, trying to get around her marker, and it's poked loose. It'll be a throw deep in Tampa Bay territory.
None other than Cindy Nacello working back, doing the dirty work for her team down in the back line, knowing that the game's on the line.
It's flicked on by Rhea Moore. Delaney. Neal was alert there to jump into the passing lane. Gaines Ramos. Cut out nicely by Dallas. Hendricks. And only put the ball out of play. Less than 90 seconds remain of the 90 minutes. Bolt. Under pressure from Gaillard. It's well anticipated. Tampa Bay win it back. Here's Gaillard. Contact from Tamara Bolt. It was shoulder to shoulder. Lovely turn by Hinson in traffic. Now Rhea Moore rides the challenge. And with a bit of help, Sienna Bryan wins it back. Possession short circuits. It's given away by the 17-year-old. Kelly. There's the overlap from Delaney, working against Gaines Ramos, who loses her balance. Crossed in, back post. Well, there was contact, but not the cleanest of it for Dallas. Spatia fighting to win it back and might have caught the arm of McCutcheon.
Dallas had numbers in the box there on that last cross, but the ball was just behind Bryan and Bolt.
Well, 3 minutes added on. It's a minimum 3 minutes. Batia, who is slow to get up, will get some attention here as the referee blows the whistle.
Fans, the fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 3 minutes of added time.
What a great chat she is ahead of every contest. Champion Denise Schulte-Brown, formerly of USF nearby, which, by the way, is where some of her young players are committed.
I asked her about this Tampa community that she's been a part of for years and years, and what new side of the fan base that she's getting to see now being with the Sun. And she just talked about what an environment it is playing in front of the heat wave like you're seeing on your screen right now, and it reaches more than just the small demographic of USF and the college campus, but just the broader area of Tampa Bay. She talked about the culture, Noche Latina, the game tonight, and it's just hardly soccer fans here at the pitch. People who love sports, women supporting women, companies who network here. Great place for friends to come and little kids to come watch games on Saturday nights. And there's so many more reasons to come watch a game than just for this sport. It's about growing this community in Tampa Bay. Great place for bring families of little kids.
It really does put a smile on your face.
It's amazing to see the growth of professional women's soccer at all levels, but especially here in Tampa Bay.
So it was a minimum 3 minutes added on. They've played no soccer in the course of the 2 minutes that have elapsed. I suspect there will be a few more added on.
The extra time.
Gaines Ramos. Here's Delaney. Fresh legs of Kelly. Shakes off the first tackle. That's a brilliant delivery. And it was met, but headed over by Tamara Bolt.
Similar looking opportunity that Batia had earlier in the second half. Kelly so calm, picking out Bolt. It was wide open. Had beaten her defender, and just unfortunate, didn't get the right look on the header. Shaking her head, knowing that's one that she's going to need back.
It'll make for a difficult film study for the Brazilian who had the game winner on her head point blank. Here's Rhea Moore. Sent Put away by Sienna Bryan. Could not take any chances. Well beyond the minimum 3 minutes added on. Bolt just managing to keep it in play. Brilliant initially. Well done by Pluck to recover. Wisner is catapulted forward to the edge of the box. And Wegener will be happy to collect. Well, there is the final whistle. An improved Tampa Bay Sun, but the champions, oh, it's not blown full time. Is it offside? Substitution is Batia's gonna make her way out. Only the second sub used by Denise Schulte-Brown in this contest.
Substitution for your son, now entering the match.
Hannah Keene comes on to replace her.
23.
Wisner just absorbed the pressure from Batia, who was pushing her from behind, and earned the foul there.
It's flicked on by Bolt. Rhea Moore was trying to run onto it and smothered by Wegener in goal. All in all, short-handed Tampa Bay Sun with all of the absences, going down to goal after just 6 minutes. And there now is the final whistle as they battled back with an improved second half once more and found the equalizing goal, courtesy of Carly Gimona, combining with Sydney Nacello. It was all after Allie Thornton scored the opener 6 minutes in. 1-1 the final score in Tampa. We're back to wrap things up right after this.
Fans, we will be announcing the amount that Suncoast Credit Union will be donating to the Blake High School Alumni Athletic Booster Club. Stay tuned for that announcement. Fans, all corner kicks by your Tampa Bay Sun are powered by the Baldwin Group. Tonight we witnessed 8. Thanks once again to the Baldwin Group for their support of the Tampa Bay Sun. Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa is the proud entertainment partner of the Tampa Bay Sun. Anyone can win at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa. Fans, make sure you tune into Peacock to catch all of your Gamebridge Super League games. Our next home match will be right here at Suncoast Credit Union Field on Saturday, October 4th, when we'll take on Fort Lauderdale United. Tickets at 7:30, and you know the pregame party at the Beer Garden will be hopping. So get your tickets at TampaBaySunFC.com. If you or your group booked the penalty kick experience, please make your way to the flagpole near the Pirate Water Taxi entrance. Sun Nation, your Tampa Bay Sun tallied 3 shots on goal in tonight's match, which means Suncoast Credit Union will be donating $600 to Blake High School's Alumni Athletic Booster Club. Give it up for Suncoast Credit Union and your Tampa Bay Sun. Friends, Tampa Bay Sun faithful, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Thank you for all of our presenting.
Welcome back to Tampa, Florida, where the full-time score is Tampa Bay Sun 1, Dallas Trinity 1. Goals by Allie Thornton and Carly Gimona doing the damage, and they split the points on this week 5. Let's take a look back at the very best from the 90 minutes.
I mean, it was a great start for Dallas Trinity, who were just finding pockets of space in the midfield line, and then Allie Thornton earning her 15th goal in this league, putting it away past Wegener, and just beautiful touches of quick soccer, unselfish play. put them up early in this one.
It was assisted by Wagagu, finding Ali Thornton for her second of the season, 15th in the league. But here comes the response from Tampa Bay in the second half, and it's the lethal combination of Nacello and Jamona.
Absolutely. Sydney Nacello just weaving her way through traffic, getting swarmed by Dallas Trinity defenders, and then Carly Jamona with a beautiful one-time strike. Far post, slotted this one through past Foster. And it was just a beautiful way to put her team on level after they had been striking back and forth in the second half.
For Jamona, her third of the season, and that one worth a point at home against the league leaders coming into the weekend. And then a brilliant stop for the debutante Emery Wegner to keep it at 1-1. Take a look here.
Dallas just continued to threaten in this second half. Doing a great job by Wegner to hold down the fort in the box. Just great work by the goalkeeper.
A look at the numbers after the 90 minutes. It was Dallas with more shots and shots on target, more possession as well. But what an improved second half from Tampa Bay Sun. Again, for the third game in a row, this time they do manage to take a point from it.
I mean, this Tampa Bay Sun team is gritty. They know how to grind out games, and one of those players is with us right now.
Yeah, we are happy to be joined now by the goal scorer, Carly Jamona. Carly, congrats, goal number 3 on this season. Always fun to watch when you and Sydney Nacello link up. Can you talk to us about that goal?
Yeah, just a good team goal for us. Saw Sid kind of out there doing her thing, what she likes to do in the 1v1s, and then I was just at the top of the box and just kind of hit it home.
You guys are shorthanded right now, dealing with injuries and battling it through. Talk about the identity of this Tampa Bay Sun team to grind out games.
Yeah, I think that's our whole identity right now. We're, not in a good spot with how many numbers we have and with all our injuries, but the players that we do have, we're just going to grind it out until we get our girls back.
Thank you, Carly. Good luck going forward.
Thank you.
So she's done it again, her third goal of this season, again combining with Sydney Nacello in the second half, finding the equalizer. A positive debut for Emery Wegner. Your final thoughts, Jade?
Just a great all-around game from both sides. They were trading punches back and forth. This one knocked at 1-1. It's going to be exciting for these teams going forward the rest of the season.
So in a battle between first against last, they share the points in Tampa. For Jade Barquette, I'm Dre Cordero. Until next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.